Hello everybody, Jelly Skull back at you with another LongVinter tutorial guide. Today, come over and show you, right here at the boat is all the different areas that you can travel to. So for starters, if you're trying to put a base down, first thing you're going to want to try to do is farm up enough money to where you'll have at least like 2 to 3k. You'll want to come over to Podva Harbor. Wait for that to load in. Right here, you can buy a hatchet for 479 MK. You can buy a communicator, a crafting book, energy drinks, bread, campfires. Same with some berries. Well, right here, the item will be on the left side if you sell it. So if I sold raspberries to this vending machine, I'll get 29 MK, which is another good way of getting money if you're running around and you're just picking up berries or whatever. You could come bring them here, sell them, make a quick buck. But you'll want to buy a hatchet and you'll want to buy a communicator. So the communicator is going to show you your coordinates, and it's also going to show you public messages. So this is for the whole entire server, and if you flip it over, this is for the whole entire team. So anybody that is on your team list here, you can speak to here privately, and if you switch it back over, you can speak to everybody. So with team access, you're able to invite people to your team, and those people are able to enter your homes. But they can't enter a tent. Only the person that placed the tent can enter the tent. So your next goal will be, after you get a hatchet and you've gotten your tent already and you've gotten your workbench already, is to gather some wood. But we're going to go ahead and go over here, my little setup. Little quick flyover. Might take me a minute. I guess it's not quick, but you want to find a spot, and it could be anywhere on the map that you choose to place down a base. Now, once we get over here, I will demonstrate house boundaries and placing them, and go over generators and how to get power and all that other good stuff. So, thought I was. Forgot where the area was. So, after you've gotten a tent and you've gotten your workbench, you want to place it somewhere that you can at least fence it off, which you'll notice that if it's over like a plant, if it's over a tree, it's not going to let me place it. Sometimes it'll glow yellow like that, but it's not going to let you place it up there. But you'll want to make sure that it's somewhere in an area that you can at least fence it off from people being able to raid you. You'll have to make sure you can move your cursor around, place it in different spots, but it can't be too far away from you or it won't let you place it. It can't be too close to you. So we're going to place it down, come inside, place our workbench. Then after we gather some wood and stuff with the hatchet and everything that we've gotten earlier, you'll want to get juniper wood from these trees, and you'll want to get regular wood from these. So you'll come into the workbench, and you'll see that you have these 4 different options. Which you'll also see right here. Every now and then this will bounce up and down to notify you that your houses have decay. So tents always have a starter of 24 hours decay. And the houses themselves have about 180 hours worth of decay. So right now we'll have to make a cabin, and we can't make any of these other things until we make the cabin. So we're going to go ahead and deposit our wood, get it set up into a cabin. And you get to pick one of these colors, which hopefully in February we'll see a change to the color palette and we'll get some different options, maybe some different colors for the roofs. But we'll just make it blue, and then we'll just put a simple code in for right now. And we'll upgrade it. So now you'll see it's a cabin. Now if you come out and you are to collect more wood, but we're going to do this. We're going to cheat a bit here. But after you collect wood, you want to grab some more wood, and with the wood that you get, you'll come into the workbench and you'll notice you'll have sustainable and fuel powered. Sustainable is going to be your solar panels, and it's basically the same thing as fueled, except for fueled is a little bit more maintenance, a little bit more upkeep. But batteries are, well, sustainable is also about the same. I mean, you got to charge batteries to keep up your solar panels and everything that you have. But you'll want to focus mainly on the electricity transmitter first, for whichever one that you choose to go with. And you'll just loot around the island to get these items, and you'll deposit them in and upgrade your house as you go. But for the wood that we would collect, the extra wood, we'll use to make these regular wood planks, which takes 4 logs. So 4 wood will make a wood plank, and we're gonna do that, which it's a grind, but oh, just made a gate. That happens. Let me see here. See if we can speed it up. Yep, there we go. Oh, not 7. Also, if you hold left control and you right click, you'll drop a full stack of 5, which is good to help passing items off to your teammates that are stacked, that they can put into the workbench or whatever to help you upgrade. But we'll see here. See what I mean? It takes a while. Even as admin. There are 10 light bulbs. Again, you get all of these from looting around the island. These you can craft. The batteries you'll have to also find around the island. But basically, we'll put all these in and we'll upgrade. And it becomes a bigger house. We get an upstairs. You put more storage in, whatever it must be. And if you come out here, you'll see the house is upgraded. Now we have a full house. So now, back inside, and I'll demonstrate the power. Light bulb. You dance every time you hit G. Batteries. Metal parts I had outside in a crate. At least this one I thought through. Alright. So we'll take these metal parts in, go ahead and do that. So once again, once you put items in, it'll even give you a warning that this will be locked. So once we go sustainable, we won't be able to switch back over to fuel. So we're gonna go ahead and do the fuel powered route. Gonna upgrade and get the electricity transmitter. So now that that's done, you have the installed right here, or you can delete it. So this is the problem with having team access on, is that if you have a friend that might get salty or whatever, they could come in and they could dismantle all this, and obviously this all takes a lot of work to do. So you want to make sure that you give your codes out to people you can trust, you put people on your team that you can trust. But if for whatever reason you don't trust some people, you can turn team access off or you can turn it on, whichever one you want to do. If you turn it off, as long as whoever has the code has it typed in, they can get into the house. But anybody that's not on team will get shot by turrets. Right here, you can set your turrets to active or passive, or you can look at the electrical panel. And this will show you, like, if you have generators outside in the devices, well, in the sources, and the devices tab will show you where your all the turrets are, the greenhouses, etc., all that other stuff. So we're gonna come out here, and I'm gonna try to cut it a little bit short if I can here. Sum it up some. So, say you have these turrets, you'll see this boundary come up. So anybody that steps foot into this boundary will get shot by the turrets that I place up. And of course, if I just have the electricity transmitter, I have to set down generators. And once you click them, you can fill them up to however long you want, give them however many hours. But protect these, because if not, people will raid them. And they're pretty easy to damage. So with the auto defenders right here, these are the ones that you want the most because they can't be destroyed. They can only be temporarily knocked out. And another thing are these weather machines, which are a good way like a good way to get money. It'll farm money for you AFK while you're away, while you're offline. So protect these as well, because this is another thing that people that raid will have a target for and be looking out for. But you can place 2 per property. There's no limit to turret placements. You can place as many as you want. There's no limit to generators. You can do generators all you want. But again, with these turrets, what I like to do usually with my fencing is I'll take my fences, and from this from this peg, you'll see it's blue. You don't want any blue placement in your base whatsoever. Any blue placement means anyone can pick it up. So if I place this here, anybody that was trying to raid me could come and pick it up and just walk right in. But they'll still have to fight the turrets once we get them powered on. So basically, we'll want to put our fencing about like that far away from the peg. What I usually use is a turret, and I put it a turret length away. I'll place the turret down. I might have to put the fence down after. And then I'll put a fence. And then these fences you can stack, make them bulkier. You can stack them up on top to double layer them, however it might be. People can stack up benches and shoot you. If it's higher, if it's 3 benches high, they won't be able to shoot you if your fences are too high. But by doing this, we'll make this fencing essentially, they could knock this turret out, but if they try to come up and chainsaw, hatchet, do anything to this wall, this turret will kick on and kill them before they can even finish breaking that wall, unless they spam eat. Because if they spam eat, they can usually get out of a lot of tight situations. But basically, another thing that you want for housing is the furnace. It heals you. It'll give you recharge your energy, and they're really nice to have, especially in your house from when you're AFK, like going through your boxes or whatever it might be. So now we're gonna go ahead and check out these. So the electricity generator, you'll see right here, even after putting the transmitter on, I have no power. So I need to get the electricity transmitter built and the fuel tank before I can get power added onto my house, unless I fueled my generators up, and then with the electricity transmitter, my turrets will kick on. So I'll show if I get some fuel here, and we go ahead and fill these up, my turrets will kick on. Or at least one of them. But you'll also want to make sure, sometimes if you click space near them, or if you click them, you can hover over, it'll say if they're passive, it'll say if they don't have enough power. But it'll also show up at the top that it requires 30 power just to power a turret. It requires 15 just to power the weather machine. And as you can see, that'll all add up pretty quick. But once you add this, you get 110 energy that you can freely use. So let's see if we can go ahead and get that put up and activate. There's the electricity generator. Now you'll see power went up. And if we go over here to the electrical panel, it'll show that we got the generators. It shows that they're on. The devices, it shows our turrets, it shows our weather machines. And then I also forgot that I wanted to place a greenhouse and a sauna here. So the greenhouse can be placed anywhere on the property line. Be placed back here. Be placed wherever you really want to put it. I usually like to use them to place around right here, to where it makes it a lot more difficult to raid those generators. But you might want to put it at like kind of an angle, to where that way you can fence the entrance into your compound. And this will plant flowers for you. So get the main thing that most people use to get money, which is the black lotus seeds. We'll take these, put them in, and then it'll start growing them for us. If we turn auto plant off, we can take the seeds out if there's nothing in these beds, which people usually do if they raid you. They'll despawn them by putting them right here, and then you can't pick them back up. So be careful and make sure that you protect these greenhouses, especially if you have black lotus for the money. These saunas are the next thing. You can place these down. They require no energy. You can go in, it heals you, and they're way better to use in the snow areas because of the heat, the frost resist effect that it gives you for visiting the sauna. It removes cold damage by 40%. So you could walk in, get that effect. You could walk in, it'll reset. So anytime that you walk in, it'll reset that effect. So it's a good thing to have if you're in the snow. And it's also another good item because nobody can raid these. So you could put generators behind them, protect the generators to where it makes it to where you only have to defend one side better. And that's the same with the greenhouses as well. These cannot be raided. But you can accidentally pick them up, which will delete all the items inside. So do not right-click the greenhouse unless you have all the flowers taken out. The sauna will not let you pick it up if someone's inside of it. But luckily no one's there, so you can accidentally right-click it, but they're easy to put back up and replace. The greenhouse is a little bit more damaging where you can lose seeds. But we'll go ahead and explain with the generator that we added right here that gave us the 110 extra power, or the 40. Wait, no, that generator, it's glitched inside. Gosh. Well, that's not supposed to happen, but besides that, you get this main generator box that gets added to your house. And this cannot be rated. So no matter what, this box cannot get rated. But these little generators can. But with this box added, you can power usually up to at least 3 turrets without having to have any extra generators added onto the property. So it's very good to loot up, try to gather all these things, and get a hold of them. If you manage to complete your hunting compendium, the NPC, you can go and buy the disassembly machine. Now, the disassembly machine requires power. So if you get one, you'll need to make sure that you have at least like a generator or something else to power it. The fuel tank, whatever. But you'll want to go over, make sure, check your electrical panel, make sure it's on and powered. If it's not on, might have to throw another generator on or just mess with the priority until it clicks on. So with this, I can check the craft book. And with the craft book, any of these items that I throw inside of the disassembly machine will give me these items back. So tarps are good for the planter boxes, which you can buy at Sergeant's. So you could buy those, tear them in the disassembly machine, get the parts back. Sometimes it's not always 100%. You won't always get the items back. Sometimes they'll delete and you just won't even get them. Like sometimes you won't get nothing. Sometimes you'll get half. Sometimes you'll get the whole thing. And that works the same with all of these. Which normally I wouldn't suggest throwing one of these in, but I'll do it as a demonstration. We throw it in, disassemble it. We get an AK, a battery, metal parts, and the auto defender kit. And if I put these inside of a craft bench, an AK, a battery, metal parts, and the defender kit, I'll craft an auto defender, which will give me a turret to protect my base. But any other item that's like kind of meaningless, like little stuff that you don't really need for your upgrades, I would suggest throwing in here, trying to rack up more parts to go for upgrades for your house. The quicker you get it upgraded to max, the better off you're going to be. And that's all I have time for right now, and I'll see you all in the next video.